And here we are. We just had Vertumna again, and now I am the second to the cultivation portion of our colony, along with Cal, who's the head. Yeah, it has been a pretty stressful couple of years, and being with you makes me feel better too. And I still think that helping with the kids is really important to help them have an appreciation for the world we're living in now, and also to teach them about the things that are happening, and to teach them about the beauty of life. So let's tutor the kids. You're tutoring one of the younger kids with their biology homework when you get a hollow message from Cal. Your student asks what you're reading, and that's making you smile so weird. Solana, your face is red. Are you sick? You just tell them to focus on their studies. And 38. And now it's light dust, and let's go say hi to Cal, since he was so eager to text me while I was working with a student. Hey, Cal. Yeah, I'm worried about them too, but I found something for you, something that I know you like. Well, actually, maybe now that I am in cultivation, I should work here more, I guess. Well, I don't know. I feel like working with the kids and helping them is just really important. So that maybe things won't, they'll be able to help make this the place we wished it could be, not with so much anger around. And another message from Mars. Ooh. Oh no. Okay, that's 31. 32. Also 32. 28, so no. Nope. Okay, so the most we can have is 31, which means we are going to need the help of some cards. Wait. Huh. I wonder if now I scoot all of these. Okay, that's 33. 36. And 36. And 3 stars. That's nice. And it's now the wet season. It's much darker. Dees is still gone. I wonder if Tangent's okay. And she was like, oh, well, do you want to study together? You offered to help Tangent with her schoolwork, but she shrugs you off. I'm not working on school anymore. She says, Chief Engineer Instant says I'm smart for my age. and my talents are wasted in school. She opens her hologram and shows you some of her lab notes. It's so much work though. She complains, maybe it would be better to be like everyone else. Unintelligent people seem happier. Just then, Anemone jogs up with the squad of soldiers and marching in time. She gives you a little wave, then cringes as the leader barks at her to keep her eyes forward. Tang shudders. On second thought, forget I said that. I'll keep being smart, thank you. Well, now that it's a new season, I can see if there's anything to find. There's Anemone. Nope, nothing right there. Anything out here? No, just Nomi. It's weird not seeing Dees anywhere. Yeah, seeing you makes me feel a little better too. Although I'm still worrying about Dees. I mean, next season is glow season. Cal is such a sweetheart. He needs to take a remedial engineering in order to be able to work on some of the more intense systems in geoponics, and he's struggling so hard, but he just doesn't give up. He always brings you pastries from the canteen when you're tutoring him, and thanks you afterward with an hour-long shoulder rub. He's really the best boyfriend. Tammy. Hey. You're not, like, upset or anything, right? No, it'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, you're dead. So, I mean, it's sad that you died. But it was so long ago, and I mean, we were just kids. Oh, there it is. Okay. The children's area is really kind of Tammy's area too. Hey, Cal. Well, actually, I was thinking maybe I'll help you in xenobotany some more. Sometimes you need to do controlled experiments and need to tent off the entire sections of geoponics into clean zones. That's when you feel like you're doing real science. Beakers and petri dishes and Bunsen burners. Oh my! We're only one off. Oh. Okay. That is very useful. And now it's the late wet season. I'm getting quite nervous, actually. Yeah, keeping the colony fed is a full-time job. Well, do you want a snack? I figured you'd be hungry. And given that next month is glow season, maybe I'll see if I can try to make sure the kids stay calm. And we're tutoring Anemone's siblings again. So, I guess 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, and that's 42. And here we go. Glow season. We'll try to look for a crystal at least. And I see one! Nice. Now, sometimes there's also those fruits out here too, maybe? Cal? Cal stands in the middle of the garden, looking around at the blanketing darkness and the eerie glow from the nearby fungal forest. I never knew plants could be like this, he breathes. It's amazing. It really is. It's beautiful in its own way. And like I've said so many times before, that's something I want to help teach the kids to appreciate. The beauty in it. But I know that it can be scary, so I'll try to help keep them calm. You're reading some Earth novels with the kids when you come across the idiom, those who can't teach. Huh, Earth had some weird ideas about teaching. You can't imagine saying that to one of your teachers. With such a small population, sharing knowledge is one of the most honorable things you can do in the colony. See? Oh wait, actually I should move that here. This there, yep. 4, 5, 9, and 37. Okay, here we go. Knowing the attack is coming, as it always comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves. There's only so long you can handle sheltering in your quarters. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls when you're not working, scanning, and tree lining for the first sign of trouble. You're out there when you see them, dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, nearing at least, it must be thousands. More animals than you've ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with a teeming carpet of smaller creatures darting in and among the legs of... No. Oh no. The forest bends as Faceless emerge from its depths, followed by two more. The mood in the walls is discouraged. One Faceless destroyed your colony. Two Faceless required an irresponsible number of explosives to take down. How are you supposed to be able to handle three? You duck your head and rush towards the safety of the quarters. As you run, you notice the colony is badly defended. As you run, your heart sinks at how poorly organized the colony's defenses are. Luckily, nothing has breached the walls yet, and it seems the tide of the monsters emerging from the trees has slowed. Even still, it's a lot of monsters. The colony is taking a beating, and you can already see the defenders start to flag. It's going to be a difficult battle. You're descending from the walls when you're thrown to the ground by a tremendous rumble. A few meters in front of you, something tunnels towards you through the mud. You have an impression of something long and dark that cuts the ground like a shark through water. You scramble to your feet, but it cuts off your path, forcing you towards the geoponics outbuilding. I hope Cal's okay. This is where Socks used to be. I hope she would be okay if she were still here, but she's not, so at least we don't have to worry about her. It's a storage shed, mostly empty besides bales of hay used as float cow feed. It's dimly lit, but you think you see another door at the far end. The creature advances, throwing up rocks and chunks of dirt as it tunnels closer. You dive towards the doorway, hoping that the tunneling creature doesn't follow. It stops on the threshold and pokes a long black snout of the dirt, sniffing. You sniff too. Is that smoke? You look up at the thatched roof and realize the building you're in is on fire. The dry thatched roof quickly ignites and rains flaming degrees down on your head, filling the room with toxic smoke. The ashy heat is intense. You can feel it ripping the moisture from your lungs with every breath. You rush for the rear door, but the fire moves so fast! You're trapped as the roof beam collapses in front of you. You hear cracking noise. Then I think we're living through the memory that we saw at the very, very beginning. Just pain and a noise like a bell. The world goes dark. You wake up to chaos, a confusion of light, heat, and smoke. Fire. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here, or what on Vertumna is happening. There's something important that you need to remember. Your stomach lurches and the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. It's Anemone. It is Anemone. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. It's your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing at and shouting at you, and all you hear is ringing in your ears. What's going on? You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes in a lungful of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you to the door. And this is where that creature, that dog-like monster comes. And that's where the memory cut off before. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? Wait, hold on. I remember this. Not a dog, a monster. It's about to end your life, and probably Anemone's too. She tightens her grip on you. I remember. You've remembered this day for many years. The choking of the heat, this dog creature's dead yellow eyes haunting your dreams. You've prepared for it. Specifically, you've installed an armed freeze trap right where you knew the animal would be standing when it transformed to a towering horror. As it does, you trigger the detonator. The trap sucks inwards, drawing all the trap sucks. I'm sorry, what just happened? It just vanished in a flash. Okay. The trap sucks inward, drawing all the heat from its surrounding. The monster's feet are frozen into the floor and instantly crystallizes, becoming an ice statue. Anemone doesn't stop to wonder how this happened. She gives the statue a solid kick and it shatters into a million fragments. You emerge from the inferno of the shed, burned and concussed, but alive. Anemone smiles. It's good to be alive. You have your wounds tended in the medbay. Other soldiers there are in much worse shape, but at least the battle is over. This year, the colony was nearly wiped off the planet before the animals were finally repelled. The sawmills and the arable land are torn up, the geoponics doomed shattered yet again. The garrison lost some good soldiers, further reducing your already marginal defenses. There will be hard times ahead, and in just one more short year, another attack. Probably even worse than this one. The fight continues. But for now, you're happy you've survived to live another day, and that day is your birthday. By the time you've recovered, the suns have returned. It's your 20th birthday. You're a fully fledged adult now, though in many ways you already were, and have been for a long time. You and your friends step out to greet the new day and start the rest of your life on Vertumna. You reached your 20th birthday. Oh, botanist. Oh, there's music. There's no end to the species to discover on Vertumna. In your lifetime, you discover over 13,000 different species of flora and fauna, and some that transcend that distinction too. I'll name them after my friends. One of the benefits of the naming convention the Vertumna group chose for you children is that it's pretty easy to turn them into formal scientific-sounding names. Future generations will remember the first Vertumnan colonists, your names immortalized as flowers, birds, and yes, the occasional worm or two. Well, I'm glad we were able to survive further. Cal gratefully lets you replace him as chief cultivator. He's much more comfortable just being a farmer, claiming he's just not cut out for leadership. Governance isn't your passion either. In your later years, you can still be found shrinking your duties to go tromping in the fields in search of some new variations of fungus. But what about... Your boyfriend Cal grew up, but he never lost his boyish charm. Cal's as happy as a sugar bug when he's working on the farm. He never wants to be promoted and take on more responsibilities or worries. A simple life suits Cal, and you've come to rely on his easygoing nature and his dedication to the work. Even though he's not your second in command, he's still one of your best workers and best friend. Not every relationship that begins in your teenage years is fit to last, but with Cal, it just works. Cal is a natural father. Together you have a tiny little sum of children, and that's the only tiny thing about them. Your children grow up digging in the dirt, eating bugs, nearly getting mauled by farm equipment, and having a great time being kids. Well, I'm so glad that the colony is able to survive and to be happy. Cal himself never gives up on trying to convince the people to live in harmony with Vertumna. Though his family is his source of strength, he struggles with the violence that's necessary for the colony to survive here. In his 50s, he's killed while defending geoponics during an attack. You grieve him deeply for many years. Well, he lived to his 50s. That's a pretty long time. Ish. And I mean, it's longer than my parents lived. I'm glad we were able to enjoy the years we had with each other. Your parents never got to see their colony though, but you live on in their stead. They'll always be with you in the ground you walk on, in the trees that give you shade, in the cycle of life that sustains you. And in my later years, the days turn to months, eventually becoming years, then decades. Before you know it, you're old. Life is tough but rewarding. Vertumna continues to challenge you and your loved ones. The attacks continue every year, getting harder and harder to withstand. And not just that, but droughts, earthquakes, diseases, storms, pestilence, and more. Some years you worry that the colony and humanity will be wiped off the map for good, but humans are good at surviving. The adversity strengthens your resolve. You mourn your dead, celebrate your births, and keep adapting to whatever the planet throws at you. This is your home, for better or for worse. You do what you can to make it a good one. Eventually, death comes for you, as it does everyone. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? They seem so familiar. You feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you, only ancient. Her arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving her mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. She smiles. We had a good life, don't you think? There are so many possibilities, and this was only one of them. I enjoyed the time that I spent with Cal. There was a girl. We were young together, Tammy, with cotton candy hair. Such a shame to see life snuffed out so young. Yeah. She gives you a look, as if to say you were somehow responsible for this. Wait, was I? Could I have saved her? But I didn't even actually go into the lounge. It forced me there. We have a chance to take another path, to change the way our life turned out. She reaches out a hand. Come with me. Wow. This game really was a wild ride. And let's take a look at the gallery. My first ending, the botanist. Illustrations, anemone grossed out. Cal, hiding socks. The faceless attack, right before Calm died. And our mother's sacrifice. There's lots of pictures though. We've seen lots of them, but there's still a few that we haven't discovered. When you look at the cards, we sure did collect a lot. And the Chivos. It was scary. It was scary reaching the age of 10. The heliopause. I won a Vertumna event a couple of times actually. Cal's strength. Unlock Cal on the main menu. So that was Cal on the main menu. That's what I thought. Well, I guess all that's left to do is start our new life. And we'll continue and discover what our new life will be next time.